Step into this somber moment. Two individuals kneel, hands bound, facing armed soldiers in a public place. Crowds look on as this scene unfolds, revealing how completely powerless people could become in wartime. It's a stark reminder of the harsh justice often imposed on civilians or prisoners, showing how quickly human dignity could be stripped away during the darkest chapters of conflict. Hidden deep in an overgrown clearing, soldiers stand over freshly disturbed soil. The haunting face of a buried person emerges from the earth, while one soldier grips a sword with grim determination. This chilling scene exposes the hidden side of wartime violence, acts carried out away from public eyes, leaving behind a lasting mark of cruelty and disregard for life amid chaos. In this tense photograph, two individuals are confronted with unimaginable fear. One is held firmly by a soldier, while a bayonet is aimed directly at them. The image captures the terrifying moments before a violent act, revealing how unchecked power was often turned against defenseless people during war. It stands as a stark illustration of how certain conflicts were marred by extrajudicial violence. Along a dusty road, a long line of people, hands seemingly tied together, is forced to march under armed guard. This harrowing image shows the brutal tactics used to control or uproot entire communities during wartime. It's a powerful reminder of how quickly freedom and dignity could vanish in the shadow of conflict. In a bleak, empty landscape, a group of people kneel with hands lifted high in surrender. This photograph captures the helplessness of civilians caught in sweeping military operations, hinting at moments just before mass detention or worse outcomes. It's a haunting glimpse into how entire communities were overtaken and subdued under the relentless force of war. Inside a dim corridor, a blindfolded person, likely with hands tied, is escorted by armed soldiers, while others follow behind. The image powerfully illustrates the fear and uncertainty faced by prisoners during war. The blindfold symbolizes the total loss of freedom and the frightening journey toward an unknown fate, a sobering reminder of the mental and physical suffering endured by captives. Here, a large group of people stands inside a trench-like pit, facing a line of soldiers with rifles pointed at them. The image clearly depicts a mass execution, a tragic reality in certain wartime atrocities where defenseless civilians or prisoners were systematically targeted. It remains a somber record of one of the darkest chapters of human history, emphasizing how deeply war can violate human life. Set against the ruins of an industrial landscape, two bound individuals kneel before a soldier who raises a sword with deadly purpose. Whether an actual moment or a staged scene, this powerful photograph vividly portrays the cruel punishments inflicted during wartime. It serves as a stark reminder of the calculated violence unleashed amid the devastation of conflict. Amidst the turmoil of battle, a soldier stands with his hands lifted in surrender, facing an armed opponent as others look on in the background. This dramatic moment highlights the instant shift from combat to submission, revealing how quickly power dynamics could change on the battlefield. It's a snapshot of both the rules and the grim breakdown of wartime engagement. In a scene brimming with tension, a woman stands defiant, holding a knife close to a soldier's neck. This rare and powerful image captures a moment of personal resistance, perhaps an act of self-defense or a desperate bid for freedom. It speaks to the raw determination of the human spirit, fighting back against overwhelming odds during the chaos of war. In this unsettling scene, several individuals hang bound from a wooden building, their bodies tense with visible distress while soldiers look on. This photograph captures a cruel form of public punishment, reminding us how easily power could be abused during war. It stands as a stark record of how human dignity was deliberately crushed in times of conflict. Behind a fence lined with barbed wire, a large crowd of men, many without shirts, gathers under the watchful eye of a lone uniformed guard. This stark image reveals the harsh reality inside prisoner of war camps or detention sites, where countless people were held in severe conditions. It's a powerful glimpse into the widespread suffering and captivity experienced by so many during wartime. This somber photograph shows a group of people sitting on the ground, some visibly hurt or stripped of clothing, surrounded by armed guards. The intense looks on their faces suggest a moment just before or after a violent incident. It powerfully reveals how vulnerable people became under the unchecked authority of their captors during war, leaving behind a haunting memory of fear and helplessness. On a barren landscape, scarred by dug-out earth, one person stands with their back to the camera, directly facing an armed soldier, aiming a rifle. This stark photograph captures a wartime execution, a chilling glimpse of violence against someone completely defenseless. It's a sobering reminder of the ultimate price many paid during conflict. In a bleak outdoor setting, two individuals kneel, hands tied, while armed soldiers aim their weapons at them. This harrowing scene captures a wartime execution, revealing how lives were abruptly ended under the dark shadow of war. It stands as a powerful reminder of the systematic violence and the tragic loss of humanity that mark those times. A row of soldiers lies positioned on the ground, seemingly firing their rifles toward a group of people standing on a distant mound. The smoke drifting from the barrels adds an ominous layer to the scene, suggesting a mass execution by firing squad. It's an unsettling record of how calculated and cold some wartime atrocities could be. Here, a soldier is captured, forcefully striking a sack-like figure tied to a tree with a bayonet, while fellow soldiers watch. Although it may be a drill or symbolic act, the photograph's wartime context suggests a chilling familiarity with violence, hinting at how soldiers could become desensitized to acts of cruelty. It raises deep questions about the psychological toll of war. In an especially harrowing scene, a woman is seen suspended by her neck, held by uniformed figures. This powerful image documents a public execution by hanging, a horrifying act designed to spread fear and assert control. It stands as a painful reminder of the extreme cruelty and tragic loss of life that marked the darkest chapters of war. Along a stark, rocky hillside, soldiers take aim with rifles at individuals visible in the distance near a stone structure. Though distant, the image strongly suggests a firing squad execution carried out in an isolated place. It speaks to the countless hidden acts of violence that unfolded away from the eyes of the world, scattered across war-torn landscapes. In a grim outdoor scene, individuals kneel as a figure raises a sword, seemingly ready to strike, while a crowd stands watching. This photograph captures a public execution, revealing the extreme measures and absolute power imposed during wartime. It remains a stark testament to how swiftly justice could be replaced with fear and violence under the weight of conflict. In a bleak landscape dotted with bare trees, one person kneels, tied to a wooden pole, as a uniformed figure stands close by, pistol raised. This powerful photo captures the chilling reality of wartime executions, a stark reminder of how quickly life could be taken, reflecting the deep disregard for human life that often shadows times of conflict. Amid the faded scenery of an old city street, a person kneels before a uniformed figure, suggesting a public execution. The blurring of the photo adds to its haunting feel, hinting at how violence sometimes played out openly in communities during war. It's a stark glimpse into the fear that could grip entire populations. On a wide open area near a body of water, several bound individuals kneel before a large assembly of armed soldiers. Ships in the distance and crowds nearby add to the scale of this grim scene, which captures a mass execution. It's a devastating record of how wartime violence could target entire groups, leaving an enduring stain on history. Lined up against a stark wall, individuals stand bound, while a row of soldiers aims rifles from afar. The smoke drifting from the weapons paints a grim picture of a firing squad carrying out a mass execution. This photograph lays bare the cold, organized violence that marked some of the darkest moments of war. In a barren, wind-swept landscape, a single person kneels, tied and vulnerable, facing an armed figure pointing a rifle. This isolated scene tells a chilling story of a wartime execution unfolding in a vast, unforgiving environment. It's a powerful symbol of how absolute power could be wielded over defenseless individuals during conflict. Here, a person kneels with their hands bound in chains, while a uniformed figure stands close, aiming a rifle fitted with a bayonet. The photograph captures an intense moment of fear and pressure, hinting at either a looming execution or a terrifying act of intimidation. It reveals the deep vulnerability faced by people caught in such harsh circumstances. On a city street, a uniformed person holds a pistol to a civilian's head, whose expression is twisted in visible distress, while another soldier looks on. This unforgettable image captures the terrifying moment of a summary execution during wartime. It remains a stark reminder of how easily violence and dehumanization could erupt in times of extreme conflict. Inside a stark corridor resembling a prison, an individual is restrained in a cruel device, while one uniformed figure operates it and another observes. This image exposes a grim chapter of wartime cruelty, revealing methods of torture or severe punishment. It stands as a powerful testament to how conflict can drive humanity to deeply inhumane acts. Against a brick wall, 4 shrouded figures hang suspended from a gallows, their outlines stark and solemn. This deeply unsettling photograph documents a mass public execution by hanging, a horrific display of absolute authority and the use of fear to control communities during wartime. It remains a haunting record of lives lost and a society forced to witness such violence. In a grainy, stark image, a uniformed person stands behind an individual seated in a chair against a wall, holding a pistol aimed at them. This chilling photograph captures the moment before an execution, revealing the cold and impersonal nature of certain wartime atrocities. It's a sobering glimpse into how quickly and mercilessly life could be taken in the chaos of war.